School Fund.
Welcome back to the county seat. Our topic today is House Bill 148. Boy, is this causing a lot of excitement and controversy. In the bill, Representative Ivory, it says that when the state sells land, they will give 95% of the proceeds to the federal government, retain 5% for Utah schools. It doesn't say anything about any other form of compensation. So in somebody from the outside looking at this bill, it looks like the goal is for the state to acquire the land, sell it all off, pay the federal government, and have a nice big property tax base to work off of, and then we'll look like all the states to the east of us that have 1%, 2%, 3%, 5% federal lands. So how do you address that?
Well, if we were in 1896, that would be the case, wouldn't it? We're not in 1896. We've got 116 years of history down the road. So the Public Lands Commission is going to manage the multiple use of the lands, including leasing, including these other activities. To the extent that any lands are sold through a public hearing process, 5% of the revenue goes to SITLA, 95% goes to the federal government. But immediately, the things that's happening right now on the mineral lease monies, we're getting about 46% of the mineral lease money. And federal government takes a management fee off the top and takes half. Well, they don't take half in North Dakota. They don't take half in Oklahoma. And so the ability to manage those resources stays with the state. The ability to access the resources. I mean, we just had a couple weeks ago, right? They said they're going to take 2 million acres of energy-producing land off the table. Took 40% of the uranium off the table in Arizona, but again, the impact that has on Utah. So the ability to generate those leasing revenues, that's going to stay with the state.
Okay. There's also a bill that was passed yesterday by LeVar Christensen. It's called a set-off. That's a normal process in law that we look at this period of time, this 116 years, and even from 1976, the promise that were made there that we would be able to develop those resources, that we'd be able to have those RS 2477 roads. They were grandfathered in. The monies we've spent on that to try to just keep our rights there will be accrued to that set-off that we're talking about. So with the set-off, the payment to the federal government we have to make would be minimal. We're not going to have to make those big payments to the federal government. Our objective is to hold these lands, these public lands, in the name of the state of Utah under a Public Lands Commission for multiple use, to retain that unique quality and character of being a Westerner in a Western area. So I'm telling you, this is an education equality bill, Brad. This is what it's all about, to bring education up to the level that we think our school children in this state should have and have a right to as children in this state.
Well, yeah, Mark. The counties, through their support behind this bill, on the assumption that these lands would remain public lands, not that they would be converted into private lands. And as the counties continue to have input this coming year, we will continue to voice that position because the people who live off those lands, the permittees and the stakeholders, they're the people who live out in the rural counties, and the counties have to be their champions. So the idea that these lands will be obtained from the federal government and then sold off as private lands runs contrary to the policies of the Utah Association of Counties.
Stay with us. We'll be back with the county seat. Very lively discussion today.
Some people just live life. Others turn life into a great adventure. The only difference is where they choose to experience it. Come to Uinta County, Utah, where business, recreation, just life in general. Move from the mundane to the magnificent. Come to learn. Come to play. Come and do more than just live life. Uinta County. Find out what you're missing in undiscovered Utah.
Take a look. Take a glimpse. Take a peek. You'll be surprised by what you find. Check us out at DeseretPComplex.com. Our phone number is 435-843-4020. Adventure, beauty, excitement. TOOELE County Parks and Recreation, bringing communities together.
It's time you got off the beaten path. It's time you discovered something new. It's time to explore Kane County, Utah. Thousands of miles of trails, shorelines, that go on forever. A horizon that compels you forward. Spend some time in Kane County and visit the past, present, and future. Kane County, Utah. It'll be time well spent.
What are the words that describe the perfect destination? Finding them all in one place is easy if you know where to look. Millard County in the heart of Utah offers ATV adventures, rock crawling events, art festivals, and nature at its most epic. Millard County, Utah. Find out what you've been searching for.